Okay, so today the concept is functions in Salesforce. So why do we need functions? Let's see something. Employees. Let's see. Okay. See, if I don't select any value in this salary, okay, what is the value will be there in the salary? So will it be okay? Let's see. If you want to check whether the value is blank or not, okay, you should have a function. Okay, what is a function? A function is set of instructions which returns some results. Okay, which returns some results or doesn't return some results. So we have lot of functions in Salesforce. Let's say for me, if I want to check that, you can make a field mandatory using when you are creating a field itself. You can make it required, or through the page layout you can make it required, right? So yesterday we have seen that. Or you can use the page layout, I mean validation rule to make the field required. Let's say for that what you can do is we have validation rules. Okay, functions and validation rules are interrelated. New and so you are going to validate the value, validate the salary. Okay, you can give the description here if you want, and then what you have to do is here we have the functions abs and begins, blank value, br, case. So lot of functions are there almost. Okay, so almost 56 functions are there. Okay, for them what are the important things? So I'm not saying that you can ignore all the functions. I'm saying that you can go through each and every function, but important functions are, you can note down that I will explain. Okay, and just make a note, what are the important functions I will explain. You just go through all those functions and other things, and then here, then next one is first thing, and you have already written, right? So begins is also important sometimes. Case is not required. Case safe ID, case safe ID. Here contains is it. This is most important one. Contains, and we have date function. If, then includes, these are much important. Includes, is blank, is changed, is blank, is changed. Is clone also important but not much. Is new is most important. Is new as well. Is null, is null. Is pickval, is pickval. Not, not. Now you can see the screen and you can note down. Or let's see how to validate the salary. So here if I don't give the salary also it will be saved, but I don't want to save the record if you don't give the salary. Okay, for that what I'm trying to is I'm creating a validation rule. what is your validation rule? So validation rule is a way of showing the error message based on the some conditions. Let's say if I don't enter the salary, I am going to show an error message, my own message. It's not you must enter the value or like that. I'm going to give my own message. Okay. So here what to do? So here, so if you don't give, this will be blank value, right? But as it is a number, there will be a null value. Okay. For the text, it will be blank value, but for all others, it will be a null value. Okay. For that, we have a method called isNull. Okay. If it is null, then we have to throw the error message. You just select this function and insert selected function. If you click on that, it will be here like this. You just see that. Okay, is null. If it is null, then I have to throw the error message. So what is the is null? I mean, I should give the salary. Select. So if the salary is null, then I have to throw the error message. Click on check syntax. So if the syntax is incorrect, it throws the error message here. Okay, give the message. Please enter the salary. Okay, so where the message need to be displayed? If the top of the page, the message will be displayed in this spot. If you select the particular field like a salary, it shows the message at field level. Okay, let me give the name test emp1. Okay, try to save. This is throwing the error message, and the error message has thrown at field level. Okay, and okay, so we have seen that is null. When we will use the use null? So for the numbers, okay, if the number or date is null, for the dates and numbers, we can use is null function. Okay, so because date default value will be null and numbers value is also null. So that if there is something, then we have to throw the error message. Okay, and let's say here, even if we give the 0, it save the record, right? This is not valid, right? So the 0 is not valid. It should be greater than 1. Then what you have to do is, if it is null, then we have to throw the error message. Or, so again, if the salary is greater than, I mean less than or equals to 0, then we have to throw the error message, right? Let's say. So we have the condition that if the salary is null or less than 0, right? We are saying that if this condition is true or that condition is true, then we have to throw the error message. For that, what we are going to do is, if you see that we have OR condition, insert, okay? OR means logic 1, logic 2, logic 3, logic 4. You can use any logics. Okay, if you have 30 logics, if any one of the condition is true, then automatically it throws the error message. OR means any one, right? AND means all should be true. Okay, here I'm giving if is null or salary is less than or equals to 0. Okay, then I have to throw the error message. Please enter the salary or and salary should be greater than 0. Okay, just save. See that. Please enter the salary and salary should be greater than 0. Okay, if you give minus 900, try to save, throws the error message. Okay, if you give 1 also, it will be saved because it is greater than 1, I mean greater than 0. Okay, so this is how we have to use this one. Okay, so and let's say that my condition is, this is how we have to use the or. Okay, is null we have seen that, and then we have seen that or condition 1, condition 2, so and so on. It means if any one condition is true, let's say that if I select this and if I give the 0, if I don't give it anything, this will be null, then also it throws the error message, right? If we give 0 also, it will be throw the error message. Any one of the condition is required to be true. If any one is true, then automatically it throws the error message, right? And let's see how about the and. Okay, here my condition is, let's say that and if the department is Java, okay, my condition is if the department is Java, then salary should be greater than 10,000. Okay, so for that I need to write a validation rule. I'm showing here only. My condition is if department is Java, then salary should be greater than 10,000, right? This is what we have to, just a minute. So my scenario is when the department is Java, then the salary should be greater than 10,000. Okay, here the condition is both conditions should be true. If the department should be Java, then the salary should be greater than 10,000. If any one of the condition is false, then I have to throw the error message. Okay, now let's see that. For that, what we have to do is, if we are saying that two conditions should be true, then we should use the and condition. How many conditions we have? All the conditions should be true. Let's say first thing is department should be Java, right? For that, so this is pick list, right? This is the pick list. For that, what we have to do is we have to check is pick val. To check the pick list value, then we have to use the is pick val. If the is pick list value, here the field is required, what is that? Department. If the department is Java, okay, comma, and means this is one condition. Okay, another condition is if the department, if the salary is less than 10,000, right? If this thing is, let's say salary, if the salary is less than or equals to 10,000, right? So if it is less than 10,000, if the both conditions are true, then we have to throw the error message. Just save this. You can edit the error message here. Let me save this. Save it, throwing the error message. Okay, so if I give 10,000 1, okay, it should be greater than 10,000. It will be saved. Okay, now here, so this one is pick value is used to get the value of the pick list value, to validate that is pick value. If the pick list value of this field is this, then it returns true. Okay, if this is true and this is true, then it throws the error message. This is how we have to use and you can use anywhere, any number of conditions you can use. Okay, next thing, and is blank. How to use is blank? Okay, let's say that university I have not selected. Okay, university means it's like as a text. Okay, for that what we have to do is, let's say we can use is blank. Okay, is blank of, what is the field? University. If the university is blank, then please select university. You can use is blank whatever you want inside the and or conditions. Okay. Now let's say that if you try to save the record, it throws the error message. Please select university. Okay. Do you have idea on that, right? So how to use uh, and or is null and is blank, we have seen that, as well as is pickval. Okay, and we have some different function like as, let's say, okay, I'm going to remove this validation. Okay, let it be. So here the payroll company name should not have the text test. Okay, you can use this. So if it is having test, then I have to throw the error message. Okay, then for that what I'm trying to do is, let's say that it contains test, it has to throw the error message. For that I'm using contains. If this, okay, this first thing, if the payroll company name contains the test, then I have to throw the error message. Please enter valid payroll name. Now let's try to use this. It throws the error message. This is how we have to use the contains. Okay, contains of what is the text you are trying to compare. Okay, and then it is the what is the value you are trying to search. This is the syntax of this contains. Okay, so let's say that if I want to have, if I should have the test inside that. Okay, then what we can do is you can use not. If it is not contains test, throw the error message. Okay, just see that. If you give test, if you don't give the test like as ABC, now it throws the error message. Not means if it reverses the this condition. If this is not having the test inside that, then it throws the error message. You can use anywhere in this not. Okay, not syntax is like this. You can use this. Not unlogical. This is one logical, and here using this one. Okay, this is how you have to use this one. Functions not, and then here what are the different things? Okay, is changed. Okay, if I don't want to change the value, once the salary is there, then I should not change the salary. Okay, for that what I'm trying to write the validation is, let's say salary should not change. Okay, is changed of salary. If you try to change the salary, it returns true. Then it throws the error message. Is changed. Now let's say that it was 10,001. Now I'm giving 123. Try to save. Should not change. Is changed is used to check whether the field value is changed or not. Okay? You should change like this. Let's say that if the previous value was 0, or let's say that it was null, okay, then I have to check that I should allow them to change the salary. Let's say that if the previous value of salary is not, we have seen that, is changed, we have seen that. Okay. Now my requirement is if the salary was null, okay, and now they are trying to enter the value into the salary, then I have to allow them. Otherwise, I have to throw the error message. For that, what I'm trying to do is, let's say, is changed, and if it is changed, and we have a field called prior value. Prior value of field of something is missing. Okay. See here, previous value of salary is not null. Okay, then I have to throw the error message. It means previously it should not be is null, it should not be null. Now they are trying to change the salary. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to throw the error message. How it works? Let's say that save, cancel. It throws the error message. But if you try to create a new employee, or let's say go to any other employee, I have salary here null. Okay, now if I try to save this with 1 2 3, it doesn't throw the error message. Okay, it means if the previous value of this field is null and current they are trying to change, it don't throw the error message, it doesn't throw the error message. But if it has having the previous value is not null, it means it has some value like a 0 1 2 3 something, then if they are trying to change, and so it's not allowing to change that. Okay, this is how we have to use not, is null and prior value, like this combination of these values. You can use any combination, so there is no restrictions on that. Okay, begins is used to compare that. So previously we tried that contains, right? Contains means first thing, whatever the field we have selected, that you have selected, and then if the field contains some value, we have thrown the error message. So if the field value begins with some different one, then you can use the begins. Begins like this. You can use how the things will be. Begins is like this. The field value and compare text. So like see that payroll company. If payroll company name starts with test, okay, then I have to throw the error message that should not contains test, should not start with test. This payroll company, save that. Now if you start the payroll company with the test, it should not starts with test, it throws the error message. So this is how we have to practice each and every function. Begins, then our then we have if condition. Okay, if condition is used in the formula fields. I will explain it, you don't need to worry. Okay, so this about begins, and let's say that is new. So if the record is new, and let's say that my requirement is if this validation rule needs to be fired when the record is new. When you are trying to create a new record, then only I have to throw this error message if the company starts with test. Otherwise, I should not. then what we can do is you can use is new function. If is new, I'm using that. See that if the record is new record and payroll company name starts with test, then I have to throw the error message. Okay. For the old records, it should not be. It's not thrown. But if you try to create a new record, now let's say that test. Okay. What is the violation? Here, right, clear. So for the new records only, it will throw the error message. If it is old record, then it won't be throw the error message. All the functions all will be in here only. So based on the functions, this violation rules will work fine. Okay. And then contains, we have seen that or and begins is new. And then here we have one more function called as is clone. Okay. Is clone means if there is a record, okay, now here you can see the clone button as well. We have removed it, right? You just go here and then see. Okay. So now here clone is there. When you clone this, and then you can save the record, right? While saving the record, if you want to test that, then what you can do is here you can put that is clone. Okay. Now let's say that is clone. If I'm trying to put this is cloning, right? Test employee 2 I'm giving, trying to save this record. It throws the error message because we just clicked on this clone button and try to saving the record, so that it throws the error message. All the functions will be here only. So you just need to go through one by one function. Then you can find out the differences between all these functions and all. Okay. So meanwhile, you just go through all the functions. Okay. Trim means what it gives the trim. Trim means if you have given the text like this, trim of some text like space, then test. And again you have given the space. Now what it written is, it remove the spaces starting and ending, then it gives the only test. This is called as trim. Okay. So, and Vlookup is also the function is most important one, but this will not be used because of the performance issue. It takes more time, that's why we don't use the Vlookup. And year is used to find the year from the date. If you give the some date and then it gives the year. Okay. And then here we have value of text. So if you give that number, if you give you a text, then it returns the number value. If you have given the value as a number as a text, then it returns the number. Then we have upper. What is upper? If you have given the some text like as this one, then it returns the capital letters. That's called as upper. Okay. Today. So it gives the today's date. Okay. We can see that today's date means today means it gives the current date and time. Okay. We have time value, time now. Time now means it returns the current moment of the time. Okay. So the same we have now as well. Now returns the date with current time, but time value will returns only the time. Okay. So we have that one. Time now will give the only the time. Time value will give the time. If you have given the term some date and time, then it returns the time value. Okay. Text. So if you want to convert one pick list value into the text, then you can use like this: text of then pick list value. Otherwise we have to use that is pick value for the pick list. So for that, if you want to make them text, then you can use the text value. Okay, so substitute. So what is a substitute? If you have given one sentence, then if you want to replace some value, then you can use the substitute. Okay, so that you can use. Square root means you just know that number of the squaring the root value of the number. Or pad, left pad, this is okay, previous value or null. Okay, so these are the important functions we have already seen. If you click on this help on this function, it opens a window like this. Here it gives the complete information related to the all the functions with examples. Okay, here what is add function will do, and here lot of other things. Blank value, how to use that blank value, and then so what is the br you can use, case function, what how to use that. Okay, you just go through these functions and let me know if you have any questions or doubts. So the same way, you don't need to worry about this one. So wherever we go, like as process builders, whatever you have, you will have all these functions. I will explain each and every one based on the situation. Okay, so wherever it is required, I will give the example and I will show that, and we can use that functions. Okay, then if you want to deactivate the validation rule, then click on this and then just save. Okay, just cancel, click on edit, deactivate, save. Now the validation rule will not fire. Okay, so next thing is so this compact layouts means this is Salesforce 1 application. It's like as a mobile application. How the mobile applications need to be displayed like this. So if you see this, okay, and this will be like this compact layout. From clone. So this is how this will be displayed inside the mobile applications. Okay, we have a application called Salesforce 1. Okay, when the user logged in from the Salesforce 1 application, he can see that test layout I'm giving. He can see all these layouts. Click on save. This is one compact layout. Okay, compact layout nothing but mobile application layout, how it will. This is the desktop application, right? So how it should be this. Okay, and this is all about these things. Any questions on this? Let's create one formula field. Okay, for that what I'm trying to do is, if this employee is checked, okay, then I have to return the value like as yes checked or unchecked. Okay, so let me create a formula field. Active status. Okay, now I'm going to write a text into that, checked or unchecked. Okay, now here I'm using if condition. If active checkbox is true, then I have to return the checked. If it is false, so there is two cases. If there is a if condition, there are two possible outcomes. One is true, otherwise false, right? If it is true, if active is true, then I have to make it checked or unchecked. Okay, it means if you check the checkbox, active checkbox, then the value will be shown like checked. If you uncheck, then it shows the unchecked. You don't need to change the value of this value. Check the syntax. There is no syntax error. Then click on next. Save. Now let's see the value. One user. Click on save. It is checked, right? and the formula field is read-only fields. The value can be calculated by the system using the formula. So you cannot edit the value of this formula field. Okay. If you uncheck this, then automatically this change it to unchecked. Okay. So this is how we have to use the formulas inside this one. Okay. So it shows that this is a formula field. Okay. Inside this formula, you can use any functions. Whatever the function you want, you can just use. Okay. Here the condition active is true, and then you can make it whatever the condition you want to. You can do this. Okay. This is about the if condition. Clear? Now I'm giving a task to you guys is create a object. Just note down this task. Object called student. Okay. In the student, create the auto number as serial number. Serial number is the auto number. Okay. Name is text. Email is a student email. Phone number is the phone. Okay. Then class, which class he is studying. It's a pick list. It should be from 1st to 10th. Okay. 1st to 10th. Then I have to do that. Average, like marks, total marks. Okay. Let's say that how it should be. Total marks. Okay. This is the fields you need to create. Okay. And you should create one more thing. Okay. Let me give this. Okay. If I give this total marks, now calculate average. Okay. Average, total average, then pass or fail result. You have to give it result. The result should be like that. Pass, like let's say that possible outcomes fail. Next, first class, second class, third class, or distinction. First thing is distinction, then first class, then second class, or third class. Okay, these are the possible outcomes, but it's not a the pick list value. It should be the yes, formula field. It should be a formula field. Okay, based on this average, you have to make a decision. And here, while discussing itself, you have to take this. And one more thing is how the total marks will be calculated. Okay, you have to create one more object called as student marks. Student marks. In the student marks, create subject name. Okay, maximum marks, student name, maximum marks. Next, pass marks. Next, pass marks. Then student marks. Okay, so this means maximum marks, how many marks? So let's say 25, pass marks is 9, and then student marks is how many marks he got it. Let's say 18, 20, like that. Okay, then you have to create a roll-up summary field like as total marks, right? Because this student marks object is the child in the master detail relationship, and the master is student. You should create a master detail relationship between student and student marks. Student marks is the child, student is the parent. Then you can create a roll up summary field. It means you have to calculate all subject marks here. Okay, then you have to calculate the number of subjects as well, right? Let's say I have 3 or 4 subjects. Okay, M1, M2, M3, or let's say that subject like as maths, physics, computers, like that. Okay, then you have to calculate all these. Then you have to calculate the total marks. Based on the total marks, you need to create the average. How the average you have to create? You need to create one more thing, total subjects, right? So this means total marks in the all subjects is the one of the roll up summary fields, like as sum of the marks. Then total subjects is count of the marks, count of these child records, right? Then total marks by subject, then we will get the average. Then this is the formula of the average. All these two are roll up summary fields, and this is formula field, and this is also formula field. You have to calculate like this.